We're gonna head out to Powder River.
Powder River, heading west, young men. And the guys are
They aren't all young.
Oh, are you mean? Mean, this woman's
They head out in September. They're gonna go and hunt whitetails in velvet.
And let me tell you something. These boys got it covered up. They know what they're doing, and our guys were just elated.
Yeah, I mean, this was, honestly, we had, what, 4 different velvet bucks this year? That was pretty cool, all on film.
And Z actually was smiling. I couldn't believe it.
No way.
He was pumped up.
Okay, wait, we don't want to give it away.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah,
shoot.
Let's just watch footage.
Powder River, baby.
When Joe gave me a call from the office and asked if I wanted to go out to Montana to hunt whitetails, I said, heck yeah, count me in. Picked up Z, we headed out there. He said we were going to be hunting with Powder River Outfitters out in Broadus, Montana.
I met up with Kevin in Denver, and then we flew together into Billings. At about a 2.5-hour drive. In camp, we met up with Zendel and Dean Ashton and our guide CJ. Got to shoot the Hoyts in camp that afternoon. CJ took us a couple miles away from camp and overlooking some huge alfalfa fields. And the amount of whitetails that we saw coming out into the alfalfa from the cottonwood bottoms along the Powder River just absolutely blew us away.
We probably got 110 deer out in the field. Just wait 5 minutes, another buck shows up. A couple of nice 10-pointers. A couple of them got some little characters, some kickers and stuff. Tomorrow, opening day starts. Could be a few in trouble. We'll see what happens.
Here at Powder River Outfitters, we're trying to promote our bow hunting. We're trying to get everybody to be patient and hold out for 140 class or bigger. And I know it's tough for a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of 130 inches that look 140. It will happen. I think if you're patient, we're going to have more mature deer. That's our main goal.
Opening day, Montana. Me and Z are in a tree. Can't get much better than this. Every time you turn around, you see a deer somewhere else.
It's our first morning. It's September 3rd, opening day. We've already had 4 bucks go by. We've got an alfalfa field out here. We've got bedding back there. And it's just like in the movies.
We're seeing a lot of deer everywhere. I mean, everywhere you can see, there's deer filtering through this river bottom. Here comes buck we want to take a closer look at. Looked like a potential candidate there. As he got in closer, we determined he wasn't quite the 140 that CJ wanted us to stick to. Real nice buck, probably, you know, low 130s, up and comer, great potential, beautiful 10-pointer. We called him Crab Claw. The end of his, at his main beams, his G4s were really close to the end of the main beam. Had him at 18 yards, let him go. It was quite an encounter. I was wondering if it was the right thing to do, but like I say, CJ has a management philosophy of 140, so we were trying to stick to it. Had a beautiful 10-pointer right there, but he said be patient. We should get a crack at something bigger. It's a nice, very nice buck. Hopefully we won't regret that. It's our second morning. Yesterday, Dean sat here hunting, and we had deer all over us. This morning so far, we've had a nice young 8 come by. It's cooler today, really clear. Should be a good morning. September 4th. Got a pretty good breeze. We got the Powder River right next to us here. We can see an alfalfa field about 150 yards away. There's probably 8 different bucks out there right now.
Had an amazing encounter that morning. Had 4 really nice bucks, all probably over 125 inches, directly under my stand within 5 to 6 yards of the stand. It was really tough to pass him, but it passed on a really good, probably 135-inch deer. And I was questioning myself all afternoon after that hunt. It was great to see all the bucks we did in velvet and still in their bachelor groups. We don't get to see that back in Ohio.
That was pretty cool. One of the most amazing experiences I've ever had bow hunting. We're about 10 feet above, 15 feet above 4 really nice bucks. The last buck in the group was a 10-point with about a 2-inch kicker coming right off his base. But you know, it's only our second morning here. This place is amazing. Just some of the most beautiful country I've ever been in.
About 8 o'clock in the morning, a little after 8, Dean noticed that a buck was coming through an old gate on a farm lane. As we watched that buck come in, we knew, both of us knew without a doubt, that was a 140 class deer. As he worked his way, he walked right down an old farm lane, 2-track, and I knew that if he turned anywhere near us, I would have a nice open shot.
The buck comes in, filming him. He gives us opportunities, and I look down at Z. I'm like, are you going to shoot him? There's a beautiful 10-pointer standing right here. When I look back a second time, Z's a full draw. Start concentrating on getting the footage again.
Ready?
Bang, drills that buck. Made a perfect shot on him. Almost got him going down on film. I was probably more excited than Z.
That was fun. That buck walked right down. And he came in, and I thought he was going to come on in. He turned. I shot him for 26 yards. You're shaking too.
I couldn't even stop my legs from shaking. I look like Vicky, my legs were shaking so bad. But that's what it's all about.
Oh, it felt good. I haven't done that in a while.
My first reaction after harvesting an animal is it's such a great accomplishment for me, and it's such a privilege. I can't really be overjoyed because I've just taken an animal off this earth that was no danger to me, but it's just in some of us to hunt. It's such a way of life that so many people don't understand. When you take one of God's animals off this earth, there's a moment of sadness that I think if I lose that, I've lost part of the reason that I actually hunt.
Second morning here at Powder River Outfitters with CJ, and yesterday he told us to be patient. This morning about 8:30, this one came past Dean and I. That Spitfire and the Carbon Element, one shot, one deal. Beautiful Montana buck in velvet. Beautiful weather out here. We've had a blast. Great food. Seen lots of antelope, whitetails, seen a few muleys, but we're after the whitetails. Dean and I are tickled. We love it here. CJ, thanks for everything, buddy.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, Dean and I have a lot of patience if it's only for one day.
Already got a small buck, just came in right as we were getting set up. After our morning's hunt, we came in and set this spot up for this afternoon. It's hot, it's about 80, 85 degrees, but we're really excited about tonight's hunt. Zendel and Dean were hunting about a mile from here, right across the Powder River here. And Zendel shot a great 10-point and still in velvet, so hopefully we can make it happen tonight. Stay tuned. That's a good sign. We got 3 hours till dark, and just had 2 does and a fawn come past right 15 yards.
Do a little practicing, and then we're gonna go hit our evening stands. We set that up earlier this morning, or early afternoon, I should say, and we're gonna get out there and see if we can't get ourselves one of these whitetails. Before we even got the bow hanger up, We just got the camera set, getting our gear together. Here comes deer, just pouring out of the river bottom, coming into the field. Before I got the bow hanger in the tree, we had 8 bucks around us. Within 20 yards, it could have shot any one of them.
We've been in the stand about 15 minutes, 8 of which we're trying to get set up. We keep getting interrupted by these doggone deer. There's been 11 bucks and a pile of does already. And I mean, almost every one of them within shooting distance.
And then finally, Z says, good buck behind us. There's a nice 10-pointer, and then Kickers is standing there right at the fence line, getting ready to jump, go into the alfalfa field. He stood around for a while, actually gave us an opportunity. He's a mature deer, but he wasn't quite at that 140 category yet, so we just elected to pass him.
We're getting tested out here. He said to be patient. In this stand this evening, we could have shot 15 different bucks. A couple of them Pope and Youngs. The deer density right in here is crazy.
The buck was about 250 yards out when I first saw him. He was coming into the alfalfa fields with 3 other bucks. Right when I saw him from probably 250 yards away, I knew he was a good buck and one I wanted to take. It took a long time for them to make the 250 yards to our set. But once they got there and they saw that alfalfa field about 50 yards away, they decided to sprint the last 50 yards, you know, across an opening of grass.
Right.
I was able to grunt at the buck to stop him before he caught up with his buddies and make a great shot.
Yeah, baby. What a buck. Awesome.
Good job, boss.
This is the second day of season here in Montana. I just shot a really nice buck. This is my first day to hunt. Good friend Kevin Deshawn behind the camera for me tonight. Thank you, Powder River Outfitters. What an amazing 2 days this has been. I can't wait for the rest of the week. I just shot my buck 15 minutes ago. We got 5 more bucks coming into this alfalfa. It's still probably 2.5 hours before dark. This place is absolutely amazing. CJ Gaskell's got an awesome, awesome place to hunt here. Our guide, Adam, from Powder River Outfitters, just pulled up in a truck to try to bust a deer so we don't bust them getting down. There was probably 30 deer in the field out there where we pulled in. Just amazing here.
There he is.
There he is.
Look at this buck.
It's a nice buck.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam.
You bet.
Great job, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. My first velvet buck. Today's the second day of the season here.
Oh, yeah.
I've had an incredible 2 days. I've seen whitetails, muleys, tons of antelope. CJ Gaskell and Adam, our guide, has been amazing. I mean, buck after buck. We saw probably 15, 16 different bucks tonight, probably 40 deer. When he was coming in with those other deer, he definitely thought it was a mature buck. Great character. Yeah. Hit him where it hoits.
That evening we went back to camp and had some dinner. At dinner time, everybody gathers at the cookhouse and the cook has cooked up tons of food. If you leave hungry, it's your own fault.
Most people wash their hands and face before they come.
Yeah, that's what I said. Most hunting camps are, you read hunting stuff, you read magazines. You can see the magazines we've read. Yesterday we found out Woz is in love. We're gonna go see what he's been reading, what he's been doing.
I was rudely awakened at 3:45 a.m. by Zendel and Dean.
Woz broke the #1 rule of the man code. You never bring your girlfriend's picture to a hunting camp.
On his nightstand is a picture of his girlfriend. We're on a hunting trip in Montana with the guys, and Dave's got a picture of his girlfriend. Come on, Dave, can't be doing that. We officially revoked his man card. He is on probation until we decide he's a man again.
It was all a setup. I didn't even know her picture was laying next to the bed.
All right, let's go wake Kevin.
Our guide Adams got us in a good spot this morning. Dave and Zendel both on their first day of their hunt tagged out. Today, me and Dean Ashton are up to bat. It's nice and cool, so let's get on stand.
Always open and closing gates in Montana. I think we got the right tree now, finally figured out. But that buck was hanging with those 2 big 10 pointers. I don't know why they're not with them, but there's some more deer lagging behind. They haven't come through where the old farmstead is yet. Maybe it's one of them.
Dean and I spent so much time in those trees sweating and worrying about the weather, and we passed up a lot of great 130, 125-inch deer. But that's the reason all of us do it, is because you're never guaranteed that you're going to kill an animal, but you're guaranteed that you're going to have the challenge of getting close to one.
Well, those bucks were all feeding around that farmstead, working their way. Normally come through there and get a drink. There's a spring in the back. And then they come right down through here. At the farmstead, something spooked them. It's old abandoned rundown. And every one of them blew out that way. Our wind was perfect for it, too.
As we were getting set up, I look up and I see 2 bucks coming off the alfalfa field right to us. And they were coming right down the bottleneck right to us, and they were gonna come out at only like 5 yards, just right underneath us. The first one came out and smelt right where we had walked in and got a little antsy. So they left and they went off. My buck that I was targeting didn't quite know what was going on. He just knew that that other buck was a little bit fidgety. He gets out there, I get the okay from Woz, draw back. He was at 27 yards. It only went about 30 yards and the celebration began. I mean, hunting velvet whitetails in Montana, it's just like in the movies.
We did it. Oh, great job. Thank you, Lord. Man, we just got in and got set up. I didn't even have my arrow or my release on. And the deer started coming off the alfalfa fields. It was 54 degrees today, and it's been down into the 30s, middle 30s, high 30s, so it was warmer. We had a cloud cover morning, so we thought we could get in here all right, but because of the warmth, they were headed back early. Alfalfa fields, Powder River, it's just fun. hundreds and hundreds of animals, pheasants, turkeys, whitetails, mule deer. Good people at camp, great food, laughs.
I can't believe you made me wait in the tree until you got here.
Well, we got more guys coming in and just want to blow the deer out with a Suburban. And
I agree, I understand. Oh, there's the arrow.
Look at them
snapped
logs.
off.
Look at them logs.
Look at that. I mean, there's bubbles in it. I held it really tight to the shoulder, so.
Well, the Spitfire did the trick.
Oh man. Look at that. Yeah.
That's a nice buck.
Whew. Oh, that gets you pumped up right there. Let me put my hands on him. Beautiful velvet. Come down here with me. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is.
He's got some nice mass, nice tine length. Oh, he's a beautiful animal.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful out here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
I appreciate
morning.
it, man.
You bet.
A lot.
You bet.
I've had a blast with you. Thanks, Waz. I mean, we've had fun. This is just an amazing hunt. Lots of animals, lots of fun, great food.
How many bucks do you think you've seen this total trip? Total?
I can't say. I've lost track. It's too amazing. I mean, you could say 50 or something,
yeah,
or whatever. I mean, you see hundreds and hundreds of deer. You see, I don't know how many bucks a night.
At the end of the week, we had 3 great velvet bucks down and had seen, I don't know how many Pope and young deer. Had a great time in camp with CJ and Adam and all the guys that were there hunting. Would go back anytime to spend more time out there on Powder River.
Powder River, huh? Did we find a sweet spot for velvet bucks?
Oh my gosh,
the guys,
you guys
did great,
and
man.
the amount of deer they saw and everything, that was pretty awesome.
Oh, heck yeah.
Now we're gonna head to Kansas, Nebraska, and Virginia.
Yes.
Kim, Terry, and Kevin.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm surprised you remembered all that.
Stop it, I'm telling you. Kim and Terry, last fall, they went out in 2 weeks and shot 3 bucks. That's crazy.
They were on fire.
They were on fire.
See, you're fire.
On fire.
You say
Let's get to the
fire.
footage, fire.
You say crick or creek?
Do you say sausage or sausage?
I like Italian beef myself.
There you go.